right. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another weekly YouTube episode by Bia Boss Coaching. I am Bia. I am an entrepreneur and business coach. And today I want to talk to you about my self care slow down kit. And you're like, what the hell is that? What are you talking about? And why is this important? So, here's the self care slow down kit and where this idea came from. I am somebody that is really leaning into my healing era. You probably have heard me talk about healing and what that means for me and what that looks like in other episodes and blog posts and everything that I do. It's a very big important value to me because it is a it is my process for allowing myself to become bold, courageous, and I wouldn't say fearless, the fear is still there, but doing things with a bit more action, with a bit more without overthinking and it's allowing me to even when I'm scared, even when I'm unsure of what the outcome is going to bring, I still go and do the things that I want to do and hopefully create an impact in the workshops and blogs and videos that I'm creating for you. So it hasn't always been easy, let me tell you, right? It started with my podcast. I was really terrified of starting my podcast. It started with social media, coming on lives on social media. It started with sharing my writing, sharing my thoughts, and now I'm creating YouTube videos. And it's all been part of this process of allowing myself to really take up space and to really share with you the thoughts that I have in my journey as an entrepreneur and somebody that identifies as an introvert because a lot of introverts are out there who want to start a business, who want to be able to sell services or products. But what's stopping them is the idea of putting themselves in front of their audience, in front of the camera, on the stage, wherever you consider yourself putting yourself out there, whatever that means to you. That seems like a big, scary step. But let me tell you, the the ways in which I ground myself back to who I am as a person who is very soft, who is very gentle. Because a lot of the times we have this idea that entrepreneurship requires that you are aggressive and that you hustle and that you grind. And those things sometimes, while it is possible for introverts and someone like me, I'm not afraid of hard work. I'm not afraid of figuring things out and learning and taking my time to really understand the tools that I use and the concepts and strategies that I'm trying to figure out for myself. But when it comes to my self care and really listening to my body and really listening to my intuition, a lot of those things are because I'm someone that naturally enjoys slowing down. I naturally enjoy being calm, being gentle, being soft. And those things are things like not working past 5 p.m., for example, if I've been working all day, or not going to bed early, or, for example, what's another example? Having slow mornings, or even taking your time when you're creating something, right? Really taking your time, being courageous. And sometimes that slowness, that softness, that calmness is okay. And you don't have to be ashamed or have to be frustrated with yourself when you know that that is part of who you are, that is what you require of yourself. And it feels like that's being stripped away or feels like you can't be that way because you're trying to start a business or because you have a business. And I started my business 3 years ago, and I'm just now feeling or understanding that it's okay for me to go at my own pace. And I don't need to subscribe to hustle culture. And I don't want to subscribe to hustle culture, even though sometimes I feel as if I need to do that in order to experience success. But really, I'm okay with my process. I'm okay with the slowness of everything that I do. I'm not that, I'm super slow at everything, but I just enjoy taking my time, and I know that I have the privilege to take my time and to learn as I go, and that wherever I am in my journey, that's where I'm supposed to be. So I want you to also, if you are an introverted person, you're soft, you're calm, you're gentle, you're slow, whatever if you're any of those things, or even if you are somebody that does hustle, does grind, does go, go, go all the time, but you want to be intentional about slowing down and reflecting and giving yourself time to really take in the things that you've done, to really be able to celebrate your wins, for example, and slow down a little bit. I want to give you something that I do for me that helps me feel grounded. And that I hope that if you start to practice this for yourself, that it helps you feel grounded as well. So, number one, well, really, it's not a tips thing. It's a self care kit, and a self care slow down kit is my personal activities that I go to that help me slow down. And if I do at least one of these things a day, then I'm good. And that is either reading. So I enjoy reading. I love going into a book that doesn't have to do anything with business per se. It could be a fiction book, a story, a novel. I love novels, romantic novels. And I love taking that time to just sit and relax and read for fun and pleasure. And doing that 20, 30 minutes a day. Sometimes I do take a whole hour reading. It's okay. That's part of my self care slow down kit. I like to exercise. Most of the time, I do exercise. I go down to the gym, use the treadmill, do at least 30 minutes, 30 to 40 minutes working out. But if I have been feeling a little tired physically, I like to, but I still want to move my body. I like to dance. And I have a switch which goes into one of the next things that I do for my self care is gaming. But my Switch, I have a Just Dance video game that I do not every morning, but on the mornings that I don't want to go down to the gym. It still keeps my body moving, it keeps my heart pumping, and it's not as rigorous as going down to the gym and spending 30 minutes on the treadmill. I can still move, still get my heart rate up, which feels good. So that is part of my kit. The third one is I mentioned video games. So I don't just do Just Dance. One of the games that I enjoy playing is The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. It's a great game. It's epic, it's story, it's battle, it's puzzles, it's exploration. If you know, you know. So if you have not looked into The Legend of Zelda for the Switch, go and get your hands on it. It's very good. This is not a promo for Nintendo Legend of Zelda, but I will say that it is a exciting game. It's wonderful. And it just keeps you engaged in something that's not your business. It's fun, it's pleasurable, and something not too rigorous once again. And then one of my last things I will say is going out for a walk with my dog. It's a nice way to slow down, not take my phone, because sometimes we see people filming their runs or filming their walks or whatever. It's just B-roll so that they can have content that they can engage with or use later on to create content for reels and whatnot. But I don't like to do that. I like to be present in the moment, really feel the air, feel the warmth, feel the sun, and allow myself to go wherever my mind takes me on my walks. And that's just a nice pause and release from being in behind a computer, and a nice reset for my brain and my body. So those are things that I have in my self-care slow down kit. I do one of these things, at least one of these things a day, maybe even if it's just for 20 minutes or 30 minutes. If I can do two, I will do two. But build your own self-care kit. It doesn't have to look like mine, right? So build your own things that pour into you so that you can begin to slow down. Make a list of those things. It could be reading, it could be cooking, it could be taking a swim, it could be journaling. It could be making some hot tea. It could be watching an episode of your favorite show for an hour. It could be listening to a podcast. It doesn't have to look like mine, but it's just something that gets you out of your regular everyday business activities and routine that might have you stressed, and something that just fills you with joy and fills you with pleasure. And doing at least one a day, even if for 20 minutes, it gives you the opportunity to slow down and to reflect. So think about that list, write it out, and use that as your self-care kit, something that you can go into, look at the list, and you're like, you know what, today I feel like journaling before bed. I'm going to do that just for me. And you take 10 minutes before bed to journal. And it doesn't have to be a whole deep emotional journal entry, right? It could literally be just whatever comes to your head. I literally had a journal entry yesterday that said, I am tired. I hope I wake up energized. And that's it. That's it, my journal entry. And I will talk to you about that next week. But I just wanted to share what's been really filling me, filling my cup, and allowing me to remember that my edge is low and it is calm, and that's okay. I don't need to be the grind, the hustle, go to sleep at 5 a.m. type of person. That's not me, and that's okay. And if you'd like to practice that too, I invite you to start with your own self-care kit, coming up with your own things that fill you up, and then doing one of those things once a day. That's it for me. I hope this was helpful. Please let me know what you thought in the comments. Share, subscribe if you are new to the channel. I'd love to have you in the community. And you can also join my newsletter where I have blogs and more YouTube videos as well. So thank you so much. And I will see you next week. Bye.